Kick us off.
Can we start?
Right here.
Hey, Jake, what do you say to people who think that this is just a spectacle? It's not really a sport. You're doing all this for show.
Man, I think tune in. You're going to see a real boxing match from the two biggest American fighters. People always have a lot to say, but both of us have some of the biggest knockouts of the past years in boxing, and we're coming to fight. We made it smaller gloves just now today, so someone's getting put to sleep.
How's your mental?
I'm doing great, man. I'm just so happy to be here. I love all of this. Excited to get back to camp and just knock this guy out and prove people wrong once again. Oh man, this is where we first wanted it in the first place. This is where it's all at. Miami's popping, better's here, so download better, and man, we're gonna run it up on November 14th.
Do you believe that this boxing event put you closer to the fight with Canelo Alvarez? I mean,
Yeah.
you are fighting with a regular champion right now.
Yeah, this is a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter that I'm facing. Continuing to grow my name and brand in the sport, even bigger than it already is. And, this puts me one step closer to getting in there with Canelo. And I think that's probably one of the biggest fights in boxing that could happen.
Why Gervonta? Why Gervonta Davis? I remember that I saw you in the last Gervonta fight. Why Gervonta?
To be honest, I have beef. I'm not a traditional boxer. If someone has beef with me and they've talked shit about me and they've called, said things online and criticized my career, let's fucking run it, bro. I'm old school. I'm not a traditional boxer. I just want to fight people and fuck them up. So at the end of the day, if he's going to talk shit about my career, I don't care about weight, spectacle, WWE, whatever anyone wants to say. Fuck it, bro. We're fighting.
What about the numbers? 41 million for Canelo Crawford. Your expectation about the audience?
Man, we will see. We will see. I think it will be similar numbers, most likely bigger.
Do you think it's bigger than the Tyson fight, in your opinion, Jake?
I don't think as globally, obviously I'm carrying the same weight, but if you ask a lot of people outside of the boxing world who Gervonta Davis is, not all of them know. He's not as big of a star as Mike Tyson by any means, and globally he's not known. Internationally he's not known. So it's really a big American-centric fight.
Jake, you're both a fighter and a promoter. What do you make of the bill that's trying to change the Muhammad Ali Act?
Yeah, no, I just don't think it should be a thing. Absolutely not. It's there for a reason, and Muhammad Ali Act is very, very important.
Do you see it as something that could be negative towards boxing, like sort of bring that UFC model to boxing?
Yeah, 100%, which is what we want to avoid. And MVP has always been fighter first, and we always care about the fighters, and we know what these fighters have to go through, and so you don't want them to be taken advantage of. And I think getting rid of the act would lead to things in those situations.
What would it mean to break Dana White's gate record here?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, it would be cool. I'm 28 years old. 5 years in, the UFC's been doing it for 30 years. So even if we do, 6 times as less, it's still the same amount in my mind because they've been doing it 6 times as longer.
What did you make of Canelo's performance today? Did it take off the interest at all? Do you think he's losing a step?
Yeah, I mean, he's still an amazing fighter. I think Terrence Crawford is just that incredible. I think he's probably one of the best fighters we've ever seen in the ring, period. So credit to Terrence. He showed out at a higher weight class. But Terrence is just that guy right now.
Does it make you more confident that you can beat Canelo seeing his performance against Terrence?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I've always believed in myself in the fight against Canelo and sparring some of the people that he's fought against and knowing what I'm capable in the ring and seeing what they do. I know that I can beat Canelo Alvarez, and everyone's always said it as a joke or this and that, but it's going to happen.
Jake, it seems that you gave us kind of a glimpse of your life in that reality show, Paul American. It seemed your father's really tough on you. Did that kind of make you lead to the fighting way and kind of solve your battles with fighting and your fists?
I think for sure. I think, he's that winning mentality, that tough mentality. That's why I've been so successful. I think more people need it, and obviously it has its pitfalls and things that you have to deal with on the contrary and other side of things. But at the end of the day, he's made 2 sons that are taking over the world, and he clearly knew what he was doing.
Jake, what did you feel when Tank pushed you up there?
I didn't even notice it at first, honestly. I want to see the replay. I don't even know if I moved at all. But it was pretty fast. I didn't see it coming. So he's a fast guy. But that's what makes this fight interesting.
When the WBA put you in the ranking, it's a lot of criticism. This is because the boxing industry is scared about the YouTuber fighting championship?
Do they care? I mean,
Are they scared?
Oh, I mean, bro, yeah. I mean, there's the traditional old guard, and we see that breaking down in so many sectors of the world today, from politics to education to health, and there's an open source world now with all the information out there, and so things are changing, and boxing is another one of those things, and I'm at the forefront of that change, and so people are going to be extremely upset when I'm taking it over and getting ranked, and just keep on whining about it, because when I'm holding the belt, there's nothing they can do.
Are the bets legit, and how much is on the line now? I didn't sum up everything.
Yeah, it's $2 million on the line, me and Aiden Ross versus Gervonta Davis, and a lot of these bets don't become materialized with these boxers when they say it on stage, but we're gonna go get a contract drawn up right
just
now.
Like with Tommy Fury, we made the bet. We actually tried to get him to sign the contract for it. He didn't sign it, and then he's like, "Hey, where's my money? I beat Jake Paul." Well,
Jake,
you didn't sign the contract.
how different is your body physically and internally than you are from 3 years ago? When you compare Jake to today to that guy, what's changed in you?
Yeah, it's night and day, right? You have to understand, I went from doing YouTube and Disney Channel, eating pizza and wings and whatever on a daily basis, and not even working out, to 5 years, once to twice a day, 6 to 7 days a week, training, recovery, taking it more serious than ever. I'm just a different specimen. My body is filled out. I'm going into my athletic prime, and 28, 29, 30 years old is when men are the strongest, and so going into that and my body filling out, I just feel amazing. It feels super strong.
I know you're coaches, so I understand what you're going through. There are young guys watching you right now. What is the ingredient that any fighter that wants to transfer into real fighting, what is that ingredient that you would recommend that they have?
I would say first and foremost, your team. I've been misled in my earlier days by coaches who weren't actually good, and they're teaching you the wrong skill that isn't good. So if your coaches aren't focusing on your footwork when you first get to the gym, then they shouldn't be your coaches. So make sure your coaches are focusing on footwork, and then the rest should be history and just discipline, man. Wanting it more than everybody else, wanting it more than the next guy. I see a lot of fighters in the gym who I have hundreds, 200, 400 times more money than they do, and I'm still working harder than them, and I kind of look at them like, what are you doing, bro?
How different or how similar do you think your fight is compared to your brother's fight with Floyd?
Man, this is way tougher. Floyd was like an old guy. He was sort of checked out, and I don't think it was as serious. And, Tank and I are both been going at this, taking this super seriously, active, etc. And so I think there's much higher stakes. It's a much bigger fight, and we both have that knockout power. I think
the right
Floyd and Logan didn't have that knockout power. I think that's what makes this exciting.
But the right comparison is what he said earlier, which is Floyd versus Conor. This is as close to that as you can get, except Tank's taking a much bigger risk than Floyd did.
Jake, watching is trending now. Can you show your watch? This is a Jacob & Co?
Yeah, Jacob & Co.
The trip!
Emerald green cut.
Alycia Baumgardner, everybody.
How much is it?
$5.5 mil.
How do you see
Bugatti on the wrist.
Tank's mental right now? It's, before the Lamont Roach fight, it looked like he wanted to check out. He wanted to retire. He said he wanted to work on himself. How do you see him now? Over the course of these two press conferences now.
I don't know. I don't read too much into these press conferences and face-offs and everything. I've been in the sport long enough to know that it doesn't really tell anything. I've seen things in people that I thought they were not prepared or not focused or whatever, and then turns out in the fight they were ready. So I don't really pay too much mind to how people act in these pressers.
So let me ask this question. Did Alycia back you, or did she back Tank? What did she say to that?
I couldn't hear.
Yeah.
Listen. I always start with listen. I need y'all to understand something. And this is just a respect thing. Everybody asks me, what do you think about Jake? What do you think about Jake? Is he serious? This man is serious in what he does. He shows up every day to the gym and puts the work in. Boxing is going to tell on you every time you step in the ring. And this man has shown time and time again why he belongs, why he's made for this moment. And for a fight like this, he's really going to showcase that he is the bigger man. He does have punching power, and he knows what he's doing in there. So let's not disregard who he is as a fighter and who he's fighting. Let's be honest. This is a great fight.
What was the process like of finding out it was going to be 3 rounds, and how fast did you jump at that opportunity?
Listen, they asked me, and I said absolutely. Again, I am at the stage of my career where I've done Undisputed. I'm thankful to have the WBC, but this is an opportunity for me to showcase who I am, who I've always been. And Nikisa, Most Valuable Promotions, Jake, they see just a different fighter, and they know that I'm more than prepared to do something like this.
How's the sparring going to be like, you think, for this?
Sorry, guys.
Sent waves through the boxing industry. It's historic what you did, releasing the belt, and just pretty much like years ago, there was a guy, Riddick Bowe dropped the belts in the trash can. Like that's always remembered. How does that feel to you, and has that really sunk in? That this is a groundbreaking moment that you just had?
Yeah, no, it's very historic. You know, this is, again, something that I had to think about, but it was a no-brainer for me. You know, when I think about who I am as a fighter, the most beautiful moments that you can have in this sport, once they're gone. You got to make of it. You got a story to tell, and I'm writing my own story. I'm writing my own narrative. And with a promotion like Most Valuable Promotions, they've been able to back me and support me, and again, just give me the platform.
You did that.
Indeed.
You did.
A legend right here in the flesh. In the
sure.
flesh. This is going to be an amazing fight, and we're saying it's going to be a double KO night for MVP.
It is. Bet that. Parlay.
In terms, you remember the question?
Yeah, in terms of sparring, you know, we got some great guys coming in. Some really experienced southpaws that are smaller. I think Montana Love is coming in. Shakur Stevenson wants to come in. Jermaine Ortiz. We're gonna hit up Erickson Lubin, some of these guys. So we're just gonna bring in a plethora of fighters that are fast, quick, shifty southpaws.
How did the Shakur link up? What prompted that?
I think he hit someone on my team, my coach, and yeah, it's great. I mean, it's going to be awesome to get in there and work with someone as great as Shakur.
Yeah, because there's like a little rivalry between them. Do you think like that's kind of also behind it too?
Yeah, 100%. I think he wants to see, you know, how good I am and how good I do against Tank.
Jake, let's go. Let
All right.
Alycia have her time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody. A couple more questions for Alycia.
You want me to hold that? Oh, that's your mic.
That's okay if you want to.
Why do you think that rule was ever in the first place? The fact that like women have to fight, you know, a minute less than men.
You know, we don't know. We don't know who makes the rules. One thing about boxing, people make their own rules, but we also control the narrative, and we are able to do what we are able to do as fighters. You know, we're the ones getting in there, and again, it was a no-brainer.
What have you felt in the face-offs between you two?
Layla can feel my energy. She's never been on this stage before. She's never been in a ring with somebody like me. And I love that she signed the contract because I handpicked her.
And you said you were prepared going into this, but do you train like the 3 minutes for it? Does that change anything for you in the
We train as if it's a fucking 15-round fight. I don't care if it's 2 minutes or 3. I'm going to go in there and do what I always do, and that's to win, and that's to get the knockout. I want that.
How has training with Derek James been?
The training with Derek James has been amazing. Time and time, I let people know that everything is a experience, and I've been able to experience a teacher-student type of partnership with Derek, and I'm always learning, and I never take anything less on what I don't know because it's a learning game.
So on our channel, you played a game called Hit or Miss, and someone said Claressa Shields is the greatest woman boxer of all time, and you said miss. In the comments.
Miss. Next question.
She said you don't even believe that. So
oh, I do believe that. It's a miss for me. It's a miss. Yeah, still. Yeah. Next.
You think a platform like this like puts that even more in other people's
Absolutely. You have to understand, I'm a different woman and a different caliber. I come with everything, baby. Like I'm not like anybody. There's only one Alycia Baumgardner. You feel me? I am the standard. There's one of none, okay? And that's just what that is.
How difficult was it to relinquish the belt?
It was difficult. You know, I had thought about it. You know, you have to understand when I first came and turned pro, I'm like, the WBC is the belt that I wanted. I did that. And I don't want to have attachments to material things. I am already an undisputed world champion. I've been able to conquer that. My dad is happy. You know, he's smiling down right now that his baby girl did that. And there's nothing else for me to say about it other than we're going to show that women can do 12 3-minute rounds.
Belts don't define the fighter defines the belts.
That part.
How excited are you that the fight got moved to Miami?
Oh, I love it. I love Miami. Can you tell? The fit? It's giving Miami.
Do you have any special walkout for Miami?
Listen, you're going to have to see and wait for it. It's always a show, okay?
How do you want to plan out this last part of the year going into 2026, Alycia?
You know, right now my focus is November 14th. We have a challenge ahead of us. Again, 12 rounds, 3 minutes. This is history. This is equality. This is breaking barriers. And that's my main focus.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
About the Ali Act, so you guys, I've always been fighters first, but just want to get, your side of it because, you guys have another live and you could potentially benefit from something like that as well.
So, I will say this. I'm indifferent to whether the Ali Act exists or not because I believe in being fighter first and doing the right things for athletes. The Ali Act is there for bad actors. We're not bad actors. The UFC is an unbelievable organization. I used to work there, right? And much to the chagrin of Dana White, I didn't work for him. I worked for Lorenzo Fertitta. UFC is an unbelievable platform, promotion, and what they do for fighters on a broad level and for the sport of MMA is much superior to what we do in boxing as a brand. But they don't pay their fighters the way that they should. So if Dana White is coming in and he's going to create a UFC-like structure, infrastructure, support, but pay the fighters what they should be getting paid, I'm all about that. My question is, as a fighter, if you're a true star or if you're a true top prospect, when you see what the reality of that is and they can spin it, oh, it's bullshit, we pay fighters well. Fighters get paid well in UFC, let's say. They don't get their fair share. And so that to me is the issue. Not that the Ali Act is changing, is who's going to take advantage of it and how are they going to enact how they take advantage of it.
I know you said you're indifferent. Jake said his piece saying that he's for not changing it because you guys are fighters first. I know he's close with the administration. Do you think he might lobby or try to,
I can't speak to that. But what I can speak to is whether it exists or not, MVP doesn't change, right? Our goal with the women's side of the business is to put the best athletes under one brand and have them compete against each other when they want to. Even with the UFC, there's plenty of fights they can't make because the fighters don't want to fight each other, right? So it doesn't matter. Like if Alycia doesn't want to fight, Katie Taylor's not signed to us yet. Doesn't want to fight Amanda Serrano. She's not going to fight Amanda Serrano, right? But if they're under the same brand, if they want to fight each other, then it becomes a lot easier. Same network, same promotion, same contract structure. That's our goal. One unified brand for women's boxing.
Why do you think TKO is diving into boxing, and what'd you make of Dana White's, first event as a promoter, promoting Crawford?
I mean, I think TKO is a public company, so as such, they have to show growth opportunities, right? The UFC just did a massive renewal. Again, respect to the UFC. Boxing has never seen a deal like that, and will probably not see a deal like that for the next 20 years. But they also want to show, hey, it's not just UFC and WWE, we're growing in boxing. We're growing in slapstick fighting or whatever that is, right? We're continuing to show different ways that we're going to add value for shareholders. So that I understand. On Canelo Crawford, I think Turkey Al-Sheikh and Netflix did an amazing job. I'm not sure what Dana's role was, to be honest. And for him to say he was the promoter of it, he wasn't. He was, as Eddie Hearn said, invited to the party. And he was there, if you remember, at the main event holding the belt on his lap watching the fight, which was great. I mean, good to have his star power added to it. But to be unequivocally clear, the biggest fight since the days of Muhammad Ali was Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson on Netflix that did 125 million viewers. What Dana White promoted did 41 million viewers.
Oh, and no, the women's event, Amanda, Katie, myself, 72 million. MVP is breaking barriers in the sport of boxing, and put some respect on that.
Anything else, guys?
All right. Thank
Thank
you, everybody.
Trying to thank you.